what's up guys? This is the Mexikent and I'm back with another fresh cocktail tutorial for you today. Today we're going to be making a penicillin. I've got the box here, so the angle's a bit better because if I angle it too low you won't be able to see me, but you'll be able to see the drink. So I had to put the box here so the drink will be on the right level. So forgive the box, but you'll see why I need to put the box in a bit later. But the Penicillin is a classic cocktail, one of the classic, original classic cocktails. It's a whiskey-based one. It was would have been invented a long time ago. I want to say, early 1900s. Don't quote me on that though. But yeah, it's kind of similar to a hot toddy in the way that you've got honey and ginger in there. And to that end, I've had to make my own honey and ginger syrup here. Yeah, I put it in a Patron cocktail shaker. I've got a little label so I know what it is, and with the date I made it on, so it doesn't get, so I know how long it's been sitting there for. I don't think it's going to get to too long, but good to label your stuff just in case, especially if you have a few sugar syrups on the go. I made that sugar syrup, well, it's not sugar syrup, it's a honey and ginger syrup. Basically, I mixed some honey, some water, and some plain ginger. Put it in a saucepan, let it boil for 5 minutes, let it get to the boil, and then simmered it for 5 minutes to make it a bit thicker. And that lets the ginger permeate through. I sifted it out, put it in here, and let it cool, basically. But you can look online for a recipe for that. They're all pretty similar. But yeah, it's just a matter of heating it up in a pan so you get that consistency. So yes, we'll start off. The other ingredients are lemon juice and 2 types of whiskey. So we'll start with the first type of whiskey. We'll go, oh no we won't, that's a lie. We'll get a big ice cube. Since the whiskey based cocktail, I want to make sure you've got the big blocks. I've got the little blocks here for comparison. So you know, oh geez, slippy. So you know what's going on. So straight in there. Now we're going to, I've got my trusty cocktail shaker here. We're going to go with McAllister's blended Scotch. Now you need a blended Scotch of some kind. I've chosen McAllister's. You don't have to use the Scotch of your choice, especially if you are a Scotch drinker. You're going to know what you like. So yeah, just use that. It doesn't need to be too expensive. You don't need to be going, top shelf. You don't need to be using, I don't know, like, Blue Label or something like that. Just a nice, just a nice blended Scotch that you like. I've gone relatively on the cheap side, but for the price it's pretty good. I'm also going to put some ice in the cocktail shaker because that was a bit of a faux pas, so I probably should show you how to do that. So put the ice in first is always my recommendation. I think I've done that 2 or 3 times on this channel now when I do cocktails. I keep forgetting to put it in. I think it's because I'm concentrating on talking as well. So that was 2 shots of the blended Scotch. And then we're going to get some lemon juice. That's a shot of that. So just squeeze that in there. There we go. You can't really see it from that angle, can you? Let's just move it so you can see me topping it up. Yeah, you can see a bit from there. Perfect. All right, so that's the 1 shot of lemon. Then we're going to go for my honey and ginger syrup. There we go. I've just put it in another cocktail shaker. I've got too many of those around. I didn't have another container to put it in, it occurs to me. The only other spare container I've got currently holds the leftovers of some flour, so I had to use another cocktail shaker for it. So we're doing 1 shot of that as well. There we go. Perfect. All right. Pop that there. And then we're going to give it a bit of a shake. You know how that goes by now. Alrighty then. And an extra one for luck there. You want the big ice cube just because it doesn't melt as fast, so you're not watering down your whiskey too much, but you are still getting that coldness, that whiskey, that water to open it up. They always say you should drop a couple of drops of water in your whiskey to open it up. But yeah, I guess that's why I use the big ice cube. So you're just going to pour that mixture in here, straight on top, nothing too fancy there. Cool. All right, and this is where we use the other whiskey that we've grabbed today. And so you'll be using an Islay whiskey. Today I'm using the Talisker Storm. You're using an Islay whiskey because they typically are very smoky. Peaty is the word they use, but it's generally just a kind of smoky flavor that comes across from whiskies of the Islay region. I think it's the crops they grow them in, but don't quote me on that. But I mean, not the crops, the dirt around that region. The soil's the word they use, isn't it? Soil. So that's but yeah, so it comes up with a smoky flavor in the end when you got those whiskies. Might even be the water actually. But here's why I put it on top, because I'm about to layer some of this whiskey. I needed my shot glass again. Hold on. So you're gonna want another shot of the whiskey. There we go. All right, and we're just gonna gently layer it over the top. And what that does is it leaves the smoky scotch just on the top. So every time you take a sip, there's always a bit of that scotch coming through that's unadulterated. So you're just gonna gently rest the thing. Try and get your thing as close as possible and just tease it across. This isn't pouring as nicely as I would have liked, to be honest, but it should just be doing it because it's landing on the ice cube as well. There we go. Just so gently across. You don't need to do it too quickly. Just, I'm losing a couple of drops on the side there, but most of it is going over the spoon. There we go. All right. You might just, I mean, I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see the color difference actually. Yes, it's much better on the camera actually, because I can see it reflected back. You can't really tell, in person, but you can definitely see that clear, I guess I'm pointing at the screen like you can see that. You can see the clear color differentiation there to there. So you can see how it's layered across. If you just pour it in, it's just going to dilute to the bottom and then just disperse through. So you get that layer on top. And that allows for a really smoky aroma to come through. Everybody knows that half the taste is an aroma, but it also means you're getting that smoky sip in every sip. The last thing we're going to do is garnish it with with crystallized ginger or candied ginger, depending on where you are. You can find it in Woolworths in the cakes area, along with the glazed cherries and all that. You're just going to thread it onto a skewer and just balance it on top. And so there you have it. You've got yourself a Penicillin. It's a real sipper of a cocktail there. Sorry, I've got candied ginger on my fingers now. It's a real sipper, so don't go into this trying to smash it. Really just mellow it and sip on it, because it is going to be about 25%. You're using 2 different types of scotch. And there's about 3 shots of scotch to 2 shots of other things, so it is a sipper. That said, very nice. Now, I'll warn you now, the first sip is going to be is always a bit rough because the ice wouldn't have had time to melt. But cheers. Ooh, yeah, that smoky whiskey comes straight through. But as it goes through, it mellows out a bit more. It becomes a very nice sipping cocktail. And there you have it, folks. That's 1 Penicillin. If you liked the content, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And if you want to watch another video, it'll be another cocktail video, go ahead and click that button right there. I haven't decided what I'll do. I'll figure it out. Once again, guys, this is the Mexikent signing off.